When it comes to women, their words often reveal the truth long before they ever say, "I like you." So if you've ever caught yourself wondering, is she starting to feel something for me? Pay close attention. The reality is, a woman will always hint at her emotions before she dares to confess them outright. By the end of this video, you'll have a sharp eye for the subtle but powerful phrases women say when they're falling for you. And here's the kicker. I've saved the most undeniable sign for last. A phrase so revealing, so unmistakable that once you hear it, you'll know, without a doubt, that she's into you. So stay with me, because what you learn today might just change the way you see attraction forever. Welcome to True Stoic Community, your go-to channel for real, no-nonsense advice on navigating the complexities of love and relationships. First, I feel like I've known you forever. When a woman says this, she's not just making conversation, she's revealing something deep. This phrase isn't casual, it's a confession. It means she feels an unspoken bond with you, a level of comfort that defies logic or time. Psychologists have found that women form emotional attachments faster than men, especially when they feel truly understood. Dr. John Gottman, one of the leading researchers on relationships, explains that emotional safety is one of the strongest forces behind attraction. When a woman feels secure around you, she naturally begins to associate you with trust, warmth, and familiarity, all essential ingredients for romance. Think about it. When you meet someone who just gets you, it feels effortless, right? That's exactly what she's experiencing. Even if you've only been talking for a few weeks, when she looks at you and says, "It's so weird. I feel like I've known you forever," she's not just giving you a compliment. She's revealing that, in her mind, you've already carved out a place in her life. So how should you respond? Don't downplay it. Lean in. Playfully tease her with, "So, are you saying we might have been soulmates in another life?" Or if you want to deepen the connection, simply say, "That's really sweet. I feel the same way." The key here is to acknowledge the emotional bond while keeping the moment light. When she feels seen and understood, her feelings for you will only grow stronger. Second, you're one of my closest friends. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, did she just call me a friend? Before you panic, let's break this down. When a woman tells you, "You're one of my closest friends," especially if you haven't known each other for very long, this isn't rejection. It's actually a test. She's checking to see how emotionally safe she feels with you. Because for women, emotional security always comes before full attraction. Women are wired to seek men who make them feel understood, supported, and safe. If she's sharing personal stories, opening up about her insecurities, or trusting you with things she wouldn't tell most people, it means she's emotionally investing in you. That's a huge step toward something more. For example, if she casually says, "I feel like I can tell you anything. You're one of my closest friends," don't see it as a barrier. It's her way of saying, "I trust you. You matter to me." So how should you respond? Don't overreact. This isn't the so-called friend zone that most guys fear. It's actually the opposite. A great response would be, "I really appreciate that. I think the best relationships are built on strong friendships." By saying this, you subtly plant the idea that the deepest connections begin with emotional trust. It shifts the conversation away from just friendship and toward the foundation of a real relationship. And here's the secret. The more comfortable she feels around you, the easier it becomes for her to see you as more than just a friend. Third, you're so different from other guys I've met. When a woman says this, she's not just making an observation, she's signaling attraction. In the world of dating, standing out is everything, and this phrase is her way of telling you that you're not just another name on the list, you're exceptional. Women are constantly evaluating men, not in a harsh way, but in a way that helps them decide who is truly worth their emotional investment. If she's comparing you favorably to other men, it means she already sees you as high value, someone who doesn't just blend into the background. Psychologists call this selective perception. Once we develop an emotional attachment to someone, We start seeing them through a different lens. If she views you as different, she's already mentally placing you above the average guys she's met. Now let's say she casually says, "You're not like most guys." You actually listen. Or, "You're different, but in a good way." What she's really saying is, "You're worth paying attention to." So how should you respond? Tease her a little. Instead of just nodding and saying, "Thanks," say, "I'll take that as a good thing." Then, take it a step further. "But now I'm curious. What exactly do you think makes me so different? Why does this work?" Because it makes her verbalize the reasons she's drawn to you. And the moment she starts listing them, she's reinforcing her own attraction, whether she realizes it or not. This isn't just flirting, it's subtly deepening the connection. Fourth, I feel like I can be myself around you. This one is huge. When a woman tells you she can be herself around you, she's revealing something most men completely overlook. She trusts you with her real self. Think about it. People don't drop their guard around just anyone. Most of the time, we're carefully presenting a version of ourselves that we think will be accepted. But when a woman starts showing you her unfiltered, goofy, or vulnerable side, it means she feels emotionally safe with you. Psychologists call this authenticity bonding, the deep human need to connect with someone who lets us be real. In relationships, this is the foundation of long-term attraction. For example, maybe she suddenly starts acting silly around you, revealing her quirks or admitting things she's embarrassed about. Then she says, "I don't know why, but I can just be myself around you." That's huge. So how should you respond? Acknowledge it, but keep it playful and warm. Say something like, "That's the best compliment you could give me." Or if she's being goofy, match her energy. "Well, don't stop now. I want to see the full, unfiltered version of you." Why does this work? Because by embracing her authenticity, you make her feel even more secure, valued, and emotionally connected to you. And once a woman feels like she can truly be herself around you, she'll never want to let that go. Fifth, you make me feel seen and heard. This might sound simple, but don't underestimate its power. When a woman says this, she's revealing something rare, that you understand her in a way most people don't. Women are emotional communicators. They don't just want to be listened to. They want to feel like their thoughts, feelings, and experiences matter. A study published in Psychology Today found that emotional validation is one of the strongest factors in long-term attraction. When a woman feels heard, she feels safe, valued, and deeply connected to the person who provides that space for her. So what does this look like in real life? Maybe she shares something personal about her past, something that really matters to her. And instead of brushing it off or trying to fix the situation, you listen, ask thoughtful questions, and engage with genuine interest. Then later, you bring up something she mentioned in passing. Maybe her favorite childhood movie or a dream she has for the future. And that's when it happens. She pauses, looks at you differently, and says it. You actually listen. You make me feel seen and heard. At that moment, you've created something irreplaceable, emotional security, and that is something she won't easily forget. So how should you respond? Acknowledge it. Say something like, "I think the best relationships are built on mutual understanding. I love hearing your perspective." Why does this work? Because by reinforcing that you value her thoughts and emotions, you make her feel even more connected to you, which only deepens her feelings. Sixth, I feel a deep connection with you. The word connection is everything here. This isn't just casual attraction or surface-level interest. This is emotional investment. When a woman says she feels a deep connection with you, she's not talking about chemistry, shared hobbies, or simple compatibility. She's talking about something rare, something irreplaceable. People don't say this lightly. It means she sees you as someone who truly understands her, someone she feels drawn to on an almost soul-deep level. Psychologists call this emotional resonance. when two people's energies align so perfectly that it feels like they're completely in sync. How do you recognize it? She starts opening up about deeper life topics, her fears, childhood dreams. She recalls past conversations and tells you how much they meant to her. She begins to associate you with emotional fulfillment. And before she even realizes it, she's hooked. So what should you do when she says this? Don't downplay it. Instead, reinforce it. Say, "I love that. Connection is rare, and I think we have something special." Why does this work? Because by acknowledging her feelings, you make her feel safe in them. And when a woman feels safe in her emotions with you, her feelings for you will only grow stronger. 7th, I can talk to you about anything. At first glance, this might seem similar to "I feel a deep connection with you," but there's a crucial difference. When a woman says she feels a deep connection, she's talking about an emotional bond. But when she says "I can talk to you about anything," she's talking about emotional compatibility, the kind that leads to long-term attraction and lasting relationships. Think about it. We all have people in our lives we care about. But how many can we truly open up to without feeling judged or misunderstood? If she's saying this to you, it means she sees you as her safe space. She knows she can share her thoughts, whether they're deep, random, or completely silly, and you'll actually listen. How do you recognize this? She texts you out of the blue about something completely random. She asks for your opinion on a life decision. She shares her personal struggles without hesitation. These are huge signs that she feels emotionally fulfilled by talking to you. How should you respond? Playfully say, "Even the weirdest things." Then, subtly reinforce your emotional availability by adding, "That's really important. I think great relationships are built on openness." Why does this work? Because it tells her that she's safe to keep sharing, and as she does, her emotional investment in you will only grow stronger. Bonus, I miss you, even when you haven't been gone long. Now, if a woman says she misses you even when you just saw each other, this is huge. Because let's be honest, people don't just miss anyone. Missing someone means they've become an important part of your thoughts, your emotions, and your day. When a woman expresses missing you, even if it's only been a short time, what she's really saying is, "I feel emotionally connected to you, and your presence brings me comfort." Psychologists explain that emotional attachment forms when someone begins associating happiness, safety, and excitement with your presence. And once that happens, she starts noticing your absence. Whether it's been a few days, a few hours, or even just a morning apart. Imagine this. You spent the evening together. The next day, she randomly texts, "I miss you." At that moment, she's not just sending words, she's revealing where her heart is at. She's thinking about you. She wants to be around you. She's craving the emotional closeness you provide. How should you respond? Keep it warm and simple. Say, "That's sweet. I miss you too." Why? Because when you confirm those feelings, it strengthens the emotional bond. And once a woman starts feeling emotionally attached, that connection only deepens. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You now understand the subtle but powerful phrases women say when they're developing real feelings for you. Now I want to hear from you. If you've watched until the end, comment, "I see the signs below." That way, I'll know you're part of our real community, the ones who are serious about understanding attraction and relationships on a deeper level. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it. It's a small action that makes a huge difference in helping this content reach more people who need it. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now for daily insights on attraction, relationships, and becoming the best version of yourself. Oh, and one more thing. Share this video with a friend who might need to hear this. You never know who's struggling to read the signs, and this might be exactly what they need to see. We've also recommended the best video for you on your screen right now, so go ahead and watch that next. See you back here tomorrow.